The city of Ebonza never slept. Even at midnight, the streets glowed with life. Yellow buses roared through crowded roads, traders shouted beneath flickering lanterns, and the smell of roasted corn mixed with car smoke beneath the humid African sky. Music spilled between bars hidden between old colonial buildings and towering glass skyscrapers. In Ebonza, joy and struggle danced together like twins. People called it the city of iron hearts, but beneath its noise lived an old feud. For 30 years, two families ruled different halves of the city, the Baloguns of the island and the Nwokes of the mainland. The Baloguns controlled transportation unions, shipping docks and half the nightclubs along the marina. Chief Adewale Balogun was feared like thunder. His white abada flowed behind him like royal smoke whenever he walked. Politicians bowed when he entered rooms. Across the bridge lived the Nwokes. Their empire rose from tech markets, warehouses and real estates. Chief Chukwudi Nwoke was quieter but far more dangerous. People said that he never raised his voice because rivers did not need to shout before drowning villages. Nobody remembered exactly how the war began. Some said it was over stolen land. Others whispered it began because of a woman both men once loved in their youth. But hatred had grown too old to remember its own roots. The city simply accepted the rivalry as part of life until the children met. Amara Balogun first saw Obinna during the Harmattan festival at Freedom Square. The entire city had gathered beneath hanging lights and giant speakers, while dancers spun in colorful Ankara fabric. Food vendors sold spicy suya, pepper soup and fried plantain beneath clouds of smoke. Amara stood beside her father's convo, dressed in emerald green lace, gold bracelets shining against her dark skin. Men stared when she walked. Women envied her confidence. Then she noticed him. Tall, calm, wearing black senator wear with rolled sleeves. He laughed while helping an old street photographer pick up falling pictures scattered by the wind. Obinna looked nothing like the monster she had imagined. He looked kind. Their eyes met briefly, and for 1 second, the noise of Ebonza disappeared. Then Chief Adewale noticed.
Do not look at that boy again.
Why?
Because his blood is cursed.
Across the square, Chief Nwoke gave the same warning to Obinna. That girl belongs to snakes. Obinna glanced back at Amara anyway, and she glanced back too. That was how trouble began. Weeks later, rain flooded the city. Traffic stood still for hours while angry drivers screamed insults through open windows. Amara car broke down near Oshodi Bridge after water drowned the engine. Our driver panicked. Night was falling and that part of the city was dangerous after dark. Then a black SUV stopped beside them. Obinna stepped out holding an umbrella. Need help? The driver nearly fainted. Madam, we must leave. But Amara stared at Obinna with curiosity instead of fear. That night, he drove her home through flooded streets while lightning split the sky above Ebonza. They argued the entire ride about music, about politics, about which side of the city made better jollof rice. By the time they reached a mansion gate, both were laughing. Something dangerous had awakened between them. Love in Ebonza moved like wildfire during dry season. Soon they met in secret, sometimes at rooftop restaurants overlooking the glittering skyline, sometimes in hidden bookstores near the university district, sometimes beside the lagoon where fishermen sang old songs beneath moonlight. Obinna showed her the part of the mainland she had never seen. The crowded out alleys, late-night food spots, children dancing barefoot to drum beats near mechanic workshops. Amara showed him luxury lounges, jazz clubs and silent beaches on the island. Together they crossed invisible borders their family had built for decades. And slowly hatred began cracking inside them. But city years secrets quickly. One evening, a photo appeared online. Amara and Obinna holding hands beside the lagoon. By morning, all of Ebonza was talking. Radio hosts screamed about betrayal. Bloggers called it scandal. Street boys argued over which family would strike first. Then violence returned. A Balogun warehouse burnt near the port. The next night, Nwoke's delivery trucks exploded on the expressway. Gunshot echoed through neighborhoods. Fear spread like smoke. And at the center of it stood two lovers. Chief Adewale slapped Amara for the first time in her life.
You shame this family.
I love him.
There can never be peace between us.
Across the city, Obinna faced his father too. Chief Nwoke sat silently for a long time before speaking.
You think love changes men? It can. Love is weak beside pride. No, pride is weak beside love.
Then came the night of blood. Ebonza just finished celebrating a football victory. Streets overflowed with dancing crowds, waving flags and singing victory songs. Amara waited for Obinna at an old rooftop cafe downtown, but he never came. Instead, gunshots exploded below. Screams followed. Cars crashed into each other as panic spread through the streets. Marksmen had attacked a convoy near the market. Rumors flew instantly. The Baloguns did it. No, the Nwoke started it first. Chariots swallowed the city within hours. Shops burned, sirens screamed. Young men armed themselves with matches and rifles. The old war had returned fully. Amara searched desperately for Obinna through blocked roads and burning streets. At dawn, she finally found him near Freedom Square, the same place they first met. He sat injured beside a broken fountain, blood staining his shirt. She collapsed crying beside him.
Who did this?
Neither family.
What?
There's a third group. Politicians, businessmen, they profit from the war. They staged the attack.
Suddenly, everything became clear. The field has become a business. As long as Baloguns and Nwokes hated each other, others grew rich selling weapons, controlling contracts, and manipulating elections. Peace was bad for powerful men. That evening, something unbelievable happened. Amara and Obinna walked together into the center of Freedom Square during the city curfew. Thousands watched from surrounding streets. Television's camera turned towards them. Chief Adewale arrived with armed men. Chief Nwoke arrived from the opposite sides. The city held its breath. Then Amara stepped forward. "This war is killing Ebonza," she shouted. Obinna raised his voice beside hers. "And the people feeding it are not us." The crowd murmured uneasily. Chief Adewale reached for his walking stick angrily, but before he spoke, an elderly woman stepped forward from the crowd. Mama Shade, the oldest food seller in the square. She pointed at both chiefs. "My son died in your war," she said quietly. "And for what? So rich men can keep hating each other while poor people bury children." Silence spread heavily. Then another voice rose, and another, and another. Market women, taxi drivers, students, mechanics, fishermen. The people of Ebonza were tired. For the first time in 30 years, the city chose peace louder than violence. Chief Nwoke looked at Chief Adewale across the square. Both men suddenly appeared old, very old. Finally, Chief Adewale sighed deeply. "Perhaps," he murmured, "we have fought ghosts for too long." Chief Nwoke nodded slowly. And there, beneath the glowing city lights of Ebonza, the two men shook hands. The crowd erupted. People cried openly. Drummers appeared from nowhere. Music rose again through the streets. That night, strangers embraced like family across bridge that once divided them. And years later, elders still told the story of Amara and Obinna beside evening fires and crowded city bars alike. Not because they ended a war, but because they taught Ebonza something greater. That love is not the absence of battle. Sometimes love is the battle itself. And sometimes the most beautiful wars are the ones that finally teach people how to live together. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you enjoyed this story, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell for you to be the first one to get notified when I post a new video. Stay tuned on my channel because I'm going to be posting more story on storytelling by PC Chai. I also have a TikTok account. You can go and check out my videos on TikTok too. So see you next time. Bye.